Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking all about the recent market crash, and I'm going to be exploring and showing you guys how my portfolio has taken a big hit. And last but not least, I'll tell you guys my goals and give you guys some tips on how you guys can take advantage of your stocks and your portfolio being down so much. So at the time of doing this video, as you guys can see on the graph here, obviously the stock market has went down quite a bit. You know, it's the middle of 2022. The year kind of opened up okay, but ever since the beginning of April, so we've seen a huge dive in the market, and we don't know if we're at the bottom. We'll have to wait and see, but that's kind of where we're at right now. And chances are, just like my portfolio, if you guys invest in stocks similar to me, I would say actually even anybody who invests in the market to some degree, your portfolio is probably down quite a bit. It's probably down quite a lot, and you know, that's okay. And we're going to talk about it in this video, and I'm going to give you guys some tips. I'm going to show you guys what I think is the best approach to do. But just I want to say really quickly, if you guys do have a portfolio that's down quite a bit, if you're a new investor, you're just getting started, I just want to say it's perfectly fine. This is perfectly normal. This is just a part of investing. And as most of you guys know on this channel, I like to be transparent and really show you guys everything. So let's actually dive inside my portfolio. I'll give you guys an update, and let's see how much my portfolio actually has dropped over the past year or so. Alright guys, so just a quick little update here. I'll show you guys an overview of the Wealthsimple trade account in the app, in the actual desktop version, and then I'll show you guys an update in the mobile version, since the mobile version actually shows you guys our all-time return. So I've been investing into Wealthsimple for a couple years now. I started with the Wealthsimple Invest account way back in 2019, and at the beginning of 2020 I made these trade accounts. Now the first one we made is our TFSA here. Here's our total here, so we have $84,000. Now this one has dropped quite a bit. We're going to take a peek at this one because it's seen the biggest drops. So over the past day since it's morning, we've seen a bit of a recovery, but that's not really, it's been going back and forth for the past little while. But what we're really interested in is going to be the past couple months. So the past week we're down -1%, the past month we're down -3%, which is $3,000, and the past 3 months we are down -11%, which is about $11,000. So quite a significant amount of money. And over the past year, our portfolio is kind of sitting about -2%. So over the course of a year or so, but you guys can just see a big dip here happening, you know, kind of around April. So we've seen a big drop, and the portfolio kind of stayed, kind of went up and down a little bit, up and down a little bit, kind of went up a little bit, and then even further drop. So you know, we've just been consistently dropping. But if we look at the all-time return for the TFSA, it's still up 3%. So because we invested previously in the past, we're still kind of sitting pretty good, and that's the benefit of holding money in the market. You know, holding money in the market beats trying to time the market. That's where that saying comes from. Now if we look at the personal account, which is pretty similar to the TFSA, we should see more or less the same thing. The 1 week return is -2%, 1 month return is -4%, the last 3 months is once again that about 11%, and then all time the personal account is down 1%. Now the personal account we did start in the beginning of April, so it's kind of last year, so it's pretty much almost, it's a lot shorter, it doesn't have as much growth in it, so we didn't see, it doesn't have that buffer from before of a lot of that growth, that when stocks dropped it was actually seeing the positive, it's actually seeing the negative. So that's just kind of what's going to happen, and likely if you guys are a new investor, you're most likely going to have an account that's probably in the negative right now, and that's because stocks have just dropped so much. So before we go any further in today's video, I just want to do a quick little shout out to a cool program that I've been using to research my stocks, and I've showcased on this channel quite a bit, called Simple Wall Street. So if you guys don't know, Simple Wall Street is a stock research platform that I've used lots of times in these videos. I use it to create information as well as to show you guys different information about companies. They do things such as show you guys growth forecast of companies, valuations, different financial informations, and the financial health of different companies. They show you guys lots of cool dividend information as well as management and insider transactions. Using the tool is pretty simple. If I go over inside my dashboard and I type in TD stock, I can type this in, look it up, and see all kinds of cool information about TD stock. There's lots of information to clients here, as well as more in-depth information if I want to take a peek at different news surrounding the company, different returns of the company overall, as well as different things like the dividends, the financial information, and how much revenue the company is earning. So if you guys want to get started, viewers of this channel can sign up using my link in the description of this video to get a 14-day free trial of unlimited company views. That's going to get you guys going and allow you guys to really use the platform to see if it's right for you. So if you guys want to check out Simple Wall Street, be sure to check out the link in the description of the video. That link in the description of the video will give you guys your discounts as well as your 14-day free trial, so be sure to check it out. Alright, let's get back into today's video. Now, depending on how much of the news you guys watch, you've probably seen all kinds of different opinions and different expert advice that people are saying, you know, what's going to happen with the market. Now, I kind of believe myself that I think we might still see a bit more of a crash to come, but stocks really have dropped quite a bit, and a lot of markets, certain markets like the S&P 500 have dropped over like 20%, which is quite significant. We could see more drops, or we could see things kind of, open up to start to grow a little bit. Nobody really knows. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be doing the same thing regardless of what happens, which is keep buying stocks, buying good quality stocks, and investing into the stock market. And if you guys remember, I'll show you guys a quick little graph here just to show my point. During the pandemic, we've seen a big drop in the market. We've seen stocks drop quite a bit. Now that was pretty short-lived and we recovered pretty quickly, but we lived through that. Now, I don't know how many of you guys watching this video were actually investing at that time. The good thing about like different things like this is like as you grow as an investor, you get used to these dips, you get used to the drops. And the pandemic was really good for me, really eye-opening for me because I just started a portfolio. I was fresh with a portfolio. I didn't really care if my stocks dropped that much, and I got to see what it was like. I got to feel, I got to experience it, and then I got to see the jump up. And the same thing's kind of happening now, although I would say more than likely this drop is probably going to happen and stay for a little bit longer than the one during the pandemic. And if we look at a lot of the stocks inside my portfolio, the reasons why a lot of my portfolio and that my stocks are actually doing okay, they haven't dropped a ton, is because of the fact that, if you're like me and you bought a lot of stocks during the pandemic dip and you held the ones that you had before, you kept, reinvesting those dividends and buying those stocks at a cheap price, chances are you would have benefited massively when the rebound happened. And our portfolio did. We got a big jump up once everything kind of went back up, and that's the reason why our portfolio still actually isn't doing too bad overall. It is kind of dipped quite a bit, but we're still doing pretty good because we took advantage of that dip that happened previously. And you know what? I'm going to be doing the same thing with this one. Now with the current stock market drop kind of probably going to be extended and going to be longer, like nobody really knows. It might be a couple months. We might see a recovery by the end of the year. We might see, a drop that happens for a year or two. Nobody really knows. But the kind of one benefit that I think a lot of people don't think about when we see like these prolonged kind of stock drops is that it gives you a lot of time to buy them at these cheap prices. During the pandemic, I think a lot of people kind of wished it lasted a little bit longer because everything was so cheap, but you got to have the money to invest at the time that it happens. So it's kind of nice as an investor if you see a prolonged dip because it gives everybody a chance to kind of buy back into the market. And if you have a lot of monthly dividend income stocks, or you have a lot of passive income coming in, you can take that income and reinvest, and it helps compound and grow better. So I think a lot of people look at a prolonged dip as a negative thing, or at least most people would look at that. But as an investor, it's actually a good thing. I kind of want this dip to happen, and I want it to kind of be a slow recovery, so I can buy these stocks at put a lot more money into the market on a regular basis, and then that can compound and grow. So then when the recovery does finally happen, we can get like that nice juicy collection. Because during the pandemic, one of the things a lot of people were frustrated with, including myself, is that we just didn't have enough time to buy stocks at a cheap price. So I think now we are finally getting that time to actually buy them at these cheaper prices. And now before we kind of get towards the end of the video, I just want to give you guys a couple tips of advice. Now the first obvious tip is going to be don't sell your stocks right now. I see so many people do this, and I'm actually going to tell you guys a story. So I had a friend, and this happened during the pandemic. They owned a stock for a company they worked for, and the stock went down a lot. We've seen a huge drop. It obviously dropped with everything else. I think it was down like 20-30%. And this person got freaked out after a couple months, and they sold all their shares, or they sold a good chunk of their shares. Now, a couple months later, things rebounded and they went back up like 60%, and this particular person lost a lot of money. So obviously the first thing I'm going to say for everybody, and I know this is hard because, with stocks, people can get emotional, is to not sell your stocks. Hold your positions. Even if you hold crappy stocks right now, just hold them until the recovery happens, and then you'll probably most likely see a bit of a jump up, and then at that point you can sell them if you want. But don't sell when things are dipping, especially when the overall market is dipped down, because everything's going to be pushed down. The better option is to hold the stock, and then when things bounce up, or we do see that recovery, then you can kind of play around and move some of your stocks around if you want. And as a beginner investor, I know it can be a little bit tricky, or even as an experienced investor, it can be a little bit frustrating when you see, like, maybe you have a couple years of good growth and you earn this money, then all of a sudden it kind of temporarily goes down. That can feel a little crappy. One of the things I think that's very helpful for beginners, and even myself, even though I've been doing this for a couple years now, is to focus on things you can control. So what can you control with stocks? Well, I'm a dividend investor. I focus on dividend growth and basically growing my monthly income. I can focus on that, and if you do it in the right way, you can really control it. So one of the big things I've been working on doing, and I'll show you guys another spreadsheet here so you guys can see my monthly dividend income, is that I've been focusing on trying to grow my monthly dividend. So my income is always growing, and then while the market's, going around doing its thing every single year, I can focus on the dividend yield. So as long as my passive income is growing and I'm focusing on that, that's really what makes me feel good about as an investor. Because even during the pandemic, when everything was dropping, everybody was freaking out, my dividend income kept increasing. So I honestly didn't have anything to worry about, and that's what I put my focus on. So there's different things like that you can focus focus on, instead of the fact that your portfolio value is constantly going up and down on a daily basis. And the nice thing about times like these is that they really, as an investor, they really open up your eyes to what type of investing is right for you, and they give you guys a bit of a gut check to, you know what, is the type of investing that you picked for yourself really right for you? Are you okay with it? Do you like some of the other ideas investing? You know, maybe you could see that, you know what, maybe I don't like the idea of my portfolio going up and down. Maybe I don't mind it. You know, it just depends on investor, but it really does help to kind of give you guys more insights to what kind of investments and what kind of lifestyle you might prefer, especially during dips, because it's easy for everybody to say like, oh, I won't mind it, it won't matter, until it actually happens, and then things change, right? So I think as an investor, this is a good time to reflect and look at things and kind of figure out, you know what type of investing do I really want to do? And I think this is a pretty good time to do that. Just don't go crazy and sell all your stocks and whatnot. Wait until the market correction happens and things go back up. But in the meantime, you could focus on brainstorming. Maybe in the future, you know what? Maybe I took on too much growth. Maybe I would like a little bit more income, you know, or maybe it's the opposite, right? It just depends on what you guys want. So definitely now is a good time to reflect and think about that kind of stuff. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's kind of a bit of a quick video and just me kind of rambling and sharing my thoughts here. Nothing too crazy, but I wanted to kind of get this out because, you know, over the past week or so, I didn't do a video and we really did see things drop quite a bit. We've seen a bit of a recovery today, which is kind of nice, but we did see a significant drop. So I do have a lot of beginner investors who watch this channel. So I just wanted to make sure I kind of shared some of those tips and some pieces of advice with you guys and just kind of helped you out, because I know for a lot of people it can be frustrating, and I know with investing, sometimes it can feel like you're on your own and you're kind of doing things by yourself, and sometimes as Chloe walks up on my screen here, sorry about that, sometimes it can feel like you just need somebody else to kind of give you some advice or show you that everything's, you know, it's okay to kind of be going through the things that you guys are going through. So just wanted to do this video. If you guys enjoyed, if you guys have any questions, like usual, let me know in the comment section, and if you guys do enjoy the video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Really helps a lot. Take care, guys. I'll see you guys later, and have a good day.